Hello, everyone. Mark Gilliard here for AIM Country Music Television, where today we have the privilege of welcoming our very special guest, Chris Clark. We've often discussed how an artist on our program is a newcomer to the country music scene, but Chris may be our best example. He comes from a family of civil engineers and followed their footsteps into the family business. He worked very hard to be good at his job and valuable to the trade, but it didn't take him long to realize that his calling was somewhere else, and he began moonlighting in the music business. Chris eventually moved from his home in California and planted himself dead center in Music City in 2021, released his first single, Girls of Tennessee, in May of 2022. And he's maintaining a steady stream of new releases throughout 2023, along with a busy tour schedule. Pretty intense for a newcomer, don't you think? Chris is here today to talk about the video for his new single, Glass Half Empty. Let's get him in here to talk about what might just be your new favorite song. Welcome, Chris. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I really appreciate you guys having me on, and I'm excited to talk with you.
You're welcome. It's our pleasure. I've done a bit of an intro already, and as I understand that your original career path didn't even include being a musician. You didn't arrive in Nashville until like 2021. Your debut single, Girls of Tennessee, was released in May 2022. It's a pretty interesting trajectory, so I think our audience would like to hear it just straight from you. Could you flesh it out a little bit for them?
Yeah.
Take a minute or two, give us a full introduction to who you are and your history. How did we
Of
get here?
course. So basically, so I'm from Northern California, kind of near the farmlands out there, and just I grew up over there. All my family's in California, and I thought I wanted to be an engineer my whole life, a civil engineer. And that's what my grandfather or was, and my two uncles are, all my guy cousins and all that. And so I went to school for that. I worked my tail off and got into a college, and then I went to school for that. And so when I graduated, I started working, like as an engineer, because before I'd done summers, as in the union, and like ironworkers union, carpenters union, labor union over there. You just hard labor, which was great, which actually really helps, with writing songs and kind of getting that, kind of feel for just, the everyday person. But so when I graduated, I started working full time as a project engineer, and with my cousins, and it was great for a little while, for a couple of years. And then I just kind of, some things happened, and I kind of wanted to take it a different route, take my life a different route. I mean, it's kind of it's kind of weird because I didn't know that I had any musical, inclination really, like, or any sort of talent or anything like that. All I knew was kind of hard work, and my papa and my other grandpa, like both of them, had both told me that you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it and you work hard. So if you press on, persistence and determination, dedication. So basically, I just started moonlighting. So I left engineering, and I took a leap of faith because this was a family company, and I had a great opportunity there. So I left, and I was like, what am I doing? Where am I going to go? I could expand on the story a lot more, but it would take a lot more time. But I basically moved back in with my parents, and we started working with my dad, and I started moonlighting singing. And so that uh, kind of transformed into songwriting. I got like some studio equipment, and decided to go for it. And yeah, and then I found myself meeting somebody at work. Actually, one of my customers introduced me to somebody in Nashville, so I came to Nashville for a couple of days, and then made my first single. Came back, and then my parents and friends and family were like, "You need to go back to Nashville," and so I came back. I wasn't even planning on moving here, but then just 10 more songs just flew out within the next 3 weeks of me staying over here, and it was golden. We'd go, and Tommy Collier and I, that's the guy I'd met over here. He's my old producer. So like we would hang out every day that I was here, but we'd write like every 2 days. We'd have another song pumped out, and we'd go to the studio, and he was doing all the instruments, and these were just the first versions of the songs, demo kind of thing. But yeah, so that's, sorry, that was that's the story. That's part of the story. So, I mean,
Well,
kind of a genesis.
it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Well,
It's
you
so
know, it sounds like
random.
that hard work ethic actually paid off because, like, you know, you don't realize how much behind the scenes there is to make it. You know, I've been
Oh my God.
told over and over again that Nashville is a 10-year town. You know, meaning artists got to pay dues for 10 years.
Oh
And
my
from the
goodness.
outside, you're obviously talented, but it also looks like you've had the good fortune to come across some really good people who really believe in you.
Yeah, I'm
What has
very
that been like? I
fortunate
mean,
for
what
that.
has that experience of breaking into the music business right in Nashville been like for you? Because
Man,
it
I gotta
it sounds
say,
pretty cool from here.
it's like if you could see, so it's basically like turning the corner. Sometimes first it's chutes and ladders, and then it's like you see light, you're turning the corner, and then there's nothing there.
Right.
Um, chutes and ladders in the way that I've met so many great, amazing people here, and I mean, you'll have some great connections, great relationships, and for weeks everything's going great, and then you'll have a week that everything just goes terribly, and I've experienced that quite. So the terrible weeks are kind of it's kind of half and half now. It's every other week really because you get your hopes up and then something happens. But I gotta say that Nashville's full of really talented people, and I don't think I could get this experience anywhere else.
No, I believe that to be 100% true.
Yeah, I mean, you just like go out to, go downtown to Broadway and just, find a whole band like within like 20 minutes, or within 5 minutes if you're lucky.
Well,
Um,
it's hard to get your head up above that crowd for sure.
yeah. Oh, I know, right? Holler and swaller. Oh man. But yeah, this place it's cool, but it is like a riptide. It will suck you in and spin you around and throw you down sometimes, but you just got to get through it.
So, what was that first song you recorded in Nashville? What was the first one?
The first one, it's not out yet, which
Okay.
is you're getting a little treat here at the end of the summer. It is called Small Town Heart Attack.
Okay.
And
And when will we get to hear it?
well, I would send it to you right now, but my team might be upset. But I would say probably the end of summer. I'm not quite exactly sure. We have a couple of other songs first that are coming out.
Oh yeah,
Halfway
definitely need to drip it out
Memphis.
there so we have a chance to work
Oh,
our
yeah.
way up to it. It's not a
I'll
problem.
be emailing you about that.
Sounds good. Well, you're here to talk about the song "Glass Half Empty." The
Yeah.
title made me think it was going to be all about being a pessimist, and I wasn't real sure how I have felt about that. But there's a lot more there. Could you share the
Yeah.
process that brought that song to us?
Well, it's kind of a funny process because it really, the process of how it came to be really doesn't have anything to do with the song. It's kind of like, so basically I was with Tommy, my co-writer on that, and we were talking about the night before we just cut a song, and or we just produced a song that we'd written the day before that, and we're talking about the sound engineer, and he's like, yeah, he's kind of melancholy. I'm like, yeah, he's always glass half empty. And then we started like strumming the guitar, and I don't know, it's the melody just came, and then I was like, you know what, I think that putting a relationship to this, because I mean it's kind of all about how you see it. It's basically it's about relationship on the rocks, and I had some experience with that. I'm sure a lot of other people have.
Everybody has.
I mean, I'm good right now, but so that's basically it. And it's kind of like the whiskey glass is like the time running out, and the glass half empty. It's kind of gets to that boiling point. You want to drink it all in, but by the time you know it, you're left with nothing. There's nothing left, and so.
Well, are you ready to let the audience watch this video?
You bet. You bet. I hope you all enjoy.
Excellent. Me too. You're watching Chris Clark's video for Glass Half Empty on AIM Country Music Television.
And that's why I'm lonely all the time.
If we could refill this bottle, rewrite the song, and do things all over, girl, I'd right every wrong. Either way you say it, When the pour is so strong, you'd still be right here. Instead of off, we'd be on. Loving you girls like a glass half empty. Time sips away fast, like we're running out of whiskey. When you're good and gone, that's when it hits me. Loving you girls like a glass half empty. We'd get to the bottom, and we had the last shot. I'd keep our tab open, all forgiven and forgot. Till then I'll be sitting here, waiting on that last call. Fighting for me and you, right down to that last drop. Loving you girls like a glass half empty. Time slips away fast, like we're running out of whiskey. When you're good and gone, that's when it hits me. Loving you girls like a glass half empty. I remember when our cup was spilling over, more than half full, 100 proof in you. And now the truth's in stone cold sober. Well, I'm sitting here drinking alone, 'cause loving you girls like a glass half empty. Time slips away fast, like we're running out of whiskey. When you're good and gone, that's when it hits me. Loving you girls like loving you girls like a glass half empty. Time sips away fast, like we're running out of whiskey. When you're good and gone, that's when it hits me. Loving you girls like I said, loving you girls like loving you girls like a glass half empty.
Sweet.
Wow. Well, I love it.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Yeah, that was a really, I mean, the video quality was pretty dang good.
And nice work.
They
It's
did a good
excellent.
job.
Yeah.
They did, yeah, the producers did a great job on that. But
Tell us a little bit about the making of the video and the team responsible.
yeah, so the director is Colt Barber. He was also the producer for the song, because when I got it recut, or when we reproduced it, I had to reproduce it a couple of times with different producers to get the sound right. But this music video, it's funny, I'd never done a music video before. It was my first one, and just being like the person, like being like it's like being an actor, being the person, you know, behind the camera or in front of the camera. It's actually kind of crazy. I mean, you know, it's hard to like sometimes hard to get loose and, you know, dance around and stuff.
Yes.
I mean, which I you know, I think I've got some Luke Bryan moves here and there. But it's really cool because like there was like a team of like 12 people or something like that, and each one of them did wonders to make this thing happen. And I think everyone's pretty happy with it. And yeah, and it tells a story, and you know, so yeah, it was great. A lot of lights, a lot of smoke, a lot of you know, maybe a beer afterwards.
All kinds of perks to this.
All kinds.
Yeah. So what lies ahead for the rest of the year, rest of 2023 for you? What are you up to?
Oh man. So the rest of 2023. So I'm going to be, you know, writers rounds. We're putting out Halfway to Memphis, Small Town Heart Attack, and a couple other songs I'm trying to get reproduced so that we can get those out as well. Another music video for Halfway to Memphis. That one's in the making. And just trying to get out there and go perform, you know, maybe radio tour, something like that. And we've been kind of planning that out. Just trying to get out there.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
we've
you're doing something right because you're getting noticed. So that's the main thing. Get your head up
Good
above the
PR
crowd a
team.
little bit.
It's the PR team.
Exactly.
lucky.
There you go.
Yeah, Kat does wonders.
Well, before I let you get away, tell us where to find you online, on stage, and where we can buy or listen to all this music.
Yeah, you can find me at my website, officialchrisclark.com. And you can find me at Chris Clark Official Music on Instagram. You can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere that music's sold. And my music video, you'll be able to find that on YouTube too. And so, yeah, I'm super excited. And thank you so much, Mark, for having me.
You're very welcome.
It was great.
Thank you so much for coming on, Chris. It's been great having you today.
I appreciate you. Thank
Ladies
you
and gentlemen,
so much.
Chris Clark. So what do you think? Is Glass Half Empty going to be your new favorite song? This has been Mark Gillia for AIM Country Music Television. Thank you for watching.